Nigeria Secret Police (DSS) arrests some government officials reselling palliatives that has been issued by the government to share to vulnerable Nigerians. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to this wonderful channel where we dey bring you back-to-back update and information. Pure news will be like olive oil wey dey bring from Israel, from Mount Olive. In case na the first time wey be say you dey join us for this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe to our channel, like, comment and share. Let's go down to the information wey be say na im carry me come here. Operatives of the Department of State Service have arrested some officials of State Emergency Management Agency diverting palliatives meant for the citizens to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy removal. Some of the suspects were arrested on Tuesday at a popular market in Lafia, Nasarawa State capital, where the items were being resold. They include officials of the Nasarawa State Emergency Management Agency and their accomplices. The spokesman of the Secret Police, Peter Afunaya, who disclosed development to journalists in Abuja, explained that some of the diverted items were recovered from the suspects. Afunaya called a member of the public who may have information relating to the emerging trend to report same to the relative security agencies for necessary actions, saying the culprits would be punished according to laws. The Department of State Service (DSS) has received reports from some state governments relating to diversion or sales of palliatives meant for their citizens. Consequently, the service undertook investigation in that regard and has recovered some of the items as well as apprehended the suspect, the DSS spokesperson noted. He noted that while their operation was ongoing in other states, the service has already intercepted a suspect criminal syndicate in Nasarawa State responsible for the diversion and sales of the palliative meant for the vulnerable in the place. There has been recent looting of warehouses suspected to be housing the Nigerian government palliatives. The federal government had few weeks ago shared thousands of bags of rice, a staple food, across 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory in order to cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy removal, particularly on the poor citizens. My people, una holanu ko si eme kpori, kpo jeme, wetin dey sup for this obodo. Say that na nkita na im dey go chop the bone wey be say dey carry give am say dog o, see this bone wey be say dey for your neck, say we want you to dey keep am for us. Na the dog na im go chop the bone wey be say dey carry put for im neck. I think the best thing for the government to do for Nigeria is subsidize fuel again, and not by giving Nigerian palliative. Nigerians are not beggars, or people living in Nigerians are not beggars. Kidnapped Akwa Ibom NYSC members fear grapes parents as abductors, ransom deadline expires. I think the thing that is even happening in this nation, that's why many people are saying, the Biafrans are saying we want to leave, the Oduduwas are saying we want to leave. This is NYSC, Nigeria Youth Service Corps. And these people are serving the government. I don't know why such people will be kidnapped, and the government up till now, the deadline is getting to reaching to the deadline. The government has not done anything. Not the state government, not the federal government has not done anything to make sure that these children are released. After all, why not pay these kidnappers the ransom and release these children? After all, in the northern part, the Shetima and the rest of them has been negotiating with bandits. It is not a good new thing in this nation that government usually negotiate with bandits. Why not negotiate and release these children from this kidnappers' detention? You helpless families of National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) members from Akwa Ibom State abducted in Zamfara State by gunmen over 2 weeks ago on their way to orientation camp in Sokoto State are gripping in fear of bad news as the ultimatum the abductors gave for ransom expires today. Speaking to Vanguard yesterday in Uyo, some families of 8 victims still in captivity disclosed receiving calls from the abductor to send a ransom balance of 8 million letters today or expect bad news, having earlier paid 5 million. The latest development comes even as the Akwa Ibom state government remains mum on the pains faced by the victims and their families 2 weeks after. A relative of one of the victims narrated to Vanguard in confidence. The young man left Akwa Ibom on August 6, 2023 with other COP members, and on August 17 night, they kidnapped them on their way to Sokoto. On Friday, they contacted us that first day. Those people that kidnapped them demanded 4 million ransom from each of them. They were 8 NYSC members and the AKT driver made them 9. The mother of the boy, named Withheld, started crying because as a poor widow and petty trader, she could not afford such amount of money. The following day, Saturday, the abductors contacted us again and decided all parents of their victim meet to jointly raise 10 million. The families have been able to raise 5 million and send to them. It would have been remained 5 million, but they later requested money for 3 power bikes, and we have checked each power bike cost 1 million plus. They spoke to us again Monday this week to give till Wednesday, September 6 as deadline for the remaining amounts to be paid. So we are looking at 8 million including money for the power bikes, and they warn that we should try and meet the deadline if we don't want to hear bad news. Our source noted that since all family members of the victim had protested to the State House of Assembly over their plight, government has not made any effort to assist in ensuring the release of the victims. Another relation of the kidnapped victim, who simply identified himself as Infam, lamented that since they were given today's deadline by the abductors, they have been restless. He said, "We have been moving around to see people who can assist us in any way to raise this amount. Just this morning, village head and the wife gave us 300,000 to support us. We are still looking for 700,000 to take 1 million on our part because each of the families must contribute 1 million to complete the outstanding 8 million ransom." My people, I don't see say Obodo Naija no be for you, because such a thing had happened and the government is not doing anything at the state level and at the federal level, and these people are children that are serving their father's land, so to say. They are serving their father's land, and I think in this case that government should have taken the full responsibility, either with their intel or make sure that these children are found, and if things are not working out, let them close this NYSC service because it is costing parents a lot. The allowance or allowance that the government are paying, how much is it? 30 something thousand, 33,000. Is that the reason that someone will lose everything that he or she have worked for the family because the children have been kidnapped? The government already knew that the country is not in a good state. Kidnapping and abduction has become the order of the day. Insecurity, banditry, all these things have become the order of the day. So I think it's high time government will look into the matters that concerns this NYSC COP service. And if it is what is within their power, let it be cut off. It's not after graduating you find work for yourself. The one that is even making the matters worse is that after this NYSC service, no work. Work no dey anywhere. So what are these people going to do? And now they are even paying more for their family because one whose child is abducted must be worried and must find ways to make sure that that person is released. As they go now, obodo don turn to curse because honestly, make Naija happen to you, you go dey vex for am. Na so people dey vex these days. Meanwhile, me, myself, and you, we go to wind down the curtain here, and if not the first time you are joining us on this Ogbonge channel. Kindly go on and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on the notification button.